Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual program, Target Individual Experience. Today is Monday, December 11th, and just want to do a quick update on my targeting because it seems the perps feel mighty happy today. So let's see. My day started this morning, dropped the kids off to school, came back to pick up their mother to drive her to work. And as I'm driving her to work, she started talking to me. Started sticking her finger in my ears, turning around, staring at me. Using the stare tactics. TIs, you guys should know what that's about. You know, and so I'm like, okay, I guess they feel they have something up their sleeve because now she's, overtly and overtly targeting me, and in a deliberate way. So I'm like, okay, now I had to go to Jersey this morning, because over the weekend I got a reply back from a seller on eBay, who was selling a JBL power subwoofer, and it was like $60. And I'm like, great, because I want to get a subwoofer, but I can't afford to, get a new one. So I've been looking for a good deal on a used one or a refurbished one. And so when the opportunity came up, and I saw the um, the item, and it was $60. The only thing is that I had to go to Jersey to pick it up, but it wasn't, deep into Jersey. It was not far, but not close either. Okay, it took me about an hour to get there, and about maybe a little bit over an hour to get there, and a little bit over an hour to get back. Okay, and so on my way to Jersey, I used the GPS because they had an incident on the west side at Port Authority, 42nd Street, where a bomber blew himself up. Okay, and so I'm like, okay, fine. I wasn't going to take the West Side Highway anyway. And so I used the GPS, and the GPS took me all over the damn place. But, I still got there at a decent time. Got to the parking lot of the mall and met the seller. And, as I approached him, he did this to me. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess they got to him. I guess they got to this individual. And again, it shows the invasion of privacy, not just my privacy, but this individual privacy. And I'm sure he didn't mind because, he's very religious, because everything that came out of his mouth was God this and God that. And I'm an atheist. So, and hell, they could have planted that shit on eBay because they know I'll take the bite. Okay. Because they know I was looking for a good deal on the subwoofer. So, but anyway, I still got the subwoofer. On my way back, then they started using the police. Okay, because now they feel, I guess they try to make me feel they're going to use this individual to like against me in some way. Now I don't know this gentleman. This gentleman don't know me, because when I approached him and shook his hand, and I'm like, introduced myself, he didn't say what his name was, but he's talking about Jesus this and God this, right? Not Jesus, but God this and God bless you and all this stuff and blah blah blah. You know, but I'm like, well, how Christian of you? I introduced myself to you, but you didn't introduce yourself to me. You didn't tell me your name. So right then, I knew something was up. So I knew they got to this individual. So on my way back from Jersey to Brooklyn, I was being harassed by the cops. Because it's funny, because when I was going to Jersey, they were basically absent. I mean, they were there, because I had to go through. I went through the tunnel from Brooklyn to into Manhattan, and so they were there, stuff like that. But on my way back from the Riverside Drive to the FDR, you'll see them on the service lane. They'll like park up by a stop sign, and then they'll when I'm approaching, then they'll drive off, stuff like that. And so got back, test out the subwoofer, it works good. I sent him a text. I said thank you very much. I really appreciate it again, and and that was it. And he comes back. He was like, God bless. Or whatever. But, I'm an atheist. And probably if I told him I was an atheist, he probably would have put a hole in the subwoofer. So I was like, okay. I was like, you too, man. Whatever. So I go to pick up my kids. And so now they have the teenagers at Erasmus High targeting me. Right? And listen, I'm doing a video, okay? Just go. Thank you. You can't stay behind it. Just go over there. Okay, just go. I'll find it for you after I'm doing my video. Alright, sorry about that. So, doing this, trying to make me feel like if I talk about what it is that they're doing again, something bad is going to happen to me, what have you. And, I'm like, whatever. And, I get to my daughter's school. She goes to a Catholic school because that's the closest school that has pre-K for all. And the minute I get there, they had this kid on the staircase, and as I'm walking up the staircase, he basically bumped me. And I'm like, oh, so now they're using children to do that bumping thing. Well, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let them keep doing it, because those little asses will find themselves on the floor. Okay, if they think that they're gonna do this bumping shit, using kids, all right. So you parents out there, you telling your kids to do that shit, you better stop, because your kids are gonna get hurt. Their ass is gonna be on the floor. Okay, I'm not playing that. Okay, don't try to use kids as a mean to assault me in that way and feel that I'm not gonna retaliate because I'm an adult. Okay, if you're teaching your kids to bully and to hit someone that's grown and older, then if they ask get hit back, that's on you. Okay? So that's basically, what they've been doing. And it's so funny because, I guess the adults don't want to target me. They know if they bump into me, their ass gonna get knocked down. Okay? So they figure, hey, let's use children, He's not gonna do anything because these are kids. Right? These are kids. But let me tell you something. As a target, if they use children to assault you, you have a right to defend yourself. Okay? Now, I'm not saying just wail on them, but if you're walking and they just bumping into you like that, then stiffen up. Stiffen up, and as soon as they bump you, bump them back. And say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. Okay? Because when that happens on a regular basis, that's not coincidence. It's not an accident. It's a daily assault and using children to do it, and it's despicable. Okay, these individuals are despicable, and these parents who are teaching the kids to do this are despicable. Okay. So I'm on my way back, using teenagers a lot, using the staring campaign, staring at my kids, staring at my daughter, staring at my son. It's funny. And then as I'm exiting out my daughter's school, it's funny. They use this. Sometimes they use particular ethnic group. So they had this Spanish lady. Now she comes as I'm coming down the stairs. The door open and she comes in. And she stands right in front of the door talking to another lady for a few seconds, and then turns around and walk back out. Okay? Now, the lady who she's speaking to is doesn't work at the school, because I think she came to pick up her kid or what have you. And so I could tell it was planned. I could tell it was planned. And she's wearing again a gray jacket, and on my way back from picking her up, people, whenever they see me, they'll start turning and look at the gray car. So I start turning and look at the gray car at them. Everything that they do it back to them. Do it back to them. When they stare and look at the windows, I look at the windows. You know what I'm saying? When they look at the school bus when I walk by, I look at the school bus and look at them. And I'll do multiple times. I keep looking at the school bus, looking at them. Looking at the school bus and looking at them. You know? Because everything is color coded. The school buses are yellow. You know, gray cars, that, you know, they're constantly, you know, looking, and they're looking at me. Looking at the gray car, looking at me. So everything is color coded. Everything is buried into your subconscious. The brainwashing, the psychological conditioning, okay, using again dark NLP, you know, triggers and anchors. And so, you know, it's very interesting. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this video. If they think that they're so jolly about, you know, trying to, I guess, send me subliminal messages that they're going to use this person against me, go ahead. I don't know this person. This person don't know me. You know, he sold me a subwoofer, $60. It was a great deal. I took it. You know what I'm saying? They could have set that all up. Took it anyway. Now let's see what happened. Okay? And so then I get to the building, and, you know, I did a video of this guy that was standing on the sidewalk counting money. Now, I don't talk to this guy because, you know, he's a perp, you know, and the perps don't talk to me. But all of a sudden today, he finds the courage to come and talk to me. So, how's your day going? I'm like, my day is going fine. It's good, you know. So we're both waiting for the elevator. Got in the elevator. He takes out his phone, and then he turns around. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna get in the elevator, and walks off. Hilarious. Because you see, as he was targeting me, I was targeting him. And obviously, I was affecting him because he didn't want to come into the elevator with me. Okay? So, they will find, and I'm not sure if you're going to hear that you heard the sirens, but yeah, you know, that's basically it. Because I'm talking about what it is that they're doing. So, they try to use the police as a threat to threaten me. You know? And so, you know, you didn't want to get in the elevator with me. You know, so I started laughing. I'm like, wow, these people are so funny. You know, when they're in groups, they feel powerful and strong. And when they're by themselves, they're nothing but weak little, you know, I'm not going to say the word, but, you know what I mean. You get the drift. Okay? So that's basically what happened. So let's see what happened. I'll keep you guys updated, you know, because like I said, they feel very confident and very happy today. Very, very happy today. You know, especially, like I said, even the police, because the police were targeting me, like, very heavily today. So they must have thought that they could have shut me up. They must have thought that, you know, the conditioning had finally settled into his brain, and he's going to be quiet, and he's going to remain silent. He's not going to talk about what it is that they're doing to him, you know, because now we got all these people that we can use against him in whatever capacity or whatever way, you know. And that's all these people do. You know, they claim to be so religious, but they're thieves and liars. They're murderers. Okay? They're cults. That's what they are. They're cult members. Okay? They are of the occult. Christian religion cult. Muslims cult. Okay? That's what they are. They just popularize a popular cult, but they are a cult. Religion is a cult, plain and simple. And these people within these cults, you have sect who are destructive, and as TIs, we are dealing with a destructive cult. There's no ifs, ands about it. Okay? Besides the non-consensual human experimentation, they use religious people with strong religious belief to participate in this stuff because they're more easily fooled. They're more easily to go along and follow the commands of their pastors and superiors, law enforcement officials, you know. And then on my way back, this dude with this jacket, it says Crusader. I was like, these people are ridiculous. Friggin' ridiculous. But, you know, what are you supposed to be? You guys supposed to be crusaders? Crusaders against who? Me? I'm one individual. You want to be crusader, but you won't stand out there when black people are getting killed. Okay? You want to go into church, give your pastor your money to hear him bullshit you about some fake religion, some fake God. You know, you believe that shit, but when it comes to reality and the real world, you know, you don't want to be a crusader for something that will help your fellow man or woman. Okay, police brutality, war on the poor. You know, but you want to be a crusader to target someone, to destroy somebody's life. Wow. How Christian of you. Right? But then again, yeah, that's what Christians do. Okay? That's who they are. No ifs, ands about it. Anyway, I'm going to end this video right there. And I'll keep you guys posted. All right.